Flash bright and glow, Cyber City skyline low, lost in shadows where we roam. Here we rock in Squirrel Zone. Neon lights flash bright and glow, Cyber City skyline low, lost in shadows where we roam. Here we rock in Squirrel Zone. Ducking alley blips and clicks, metal paws and cyber kicks, rusted wires mesh and twist. Squirrel Zone won't be neon maze, humming with electric haze. For the future, here we blaze. Squirrel zone in cyberspace. Technology tight, rocking hard till morning light. Seconds out of the night alive, we'll survive the cyber hive. Outcast in electric vibe, in these streets we do or die. Digital highways down and hard, skies filled with electric stars. We ride fast in glitching cars, leave behind all city stars. Outlaws in this neon maze, humming with electric haze. For the future, here we blaze. Squirrel zone in cyberface.
Let's get nuts.
Down all the way. There we go. Brand new stuff. Sorry, I'm still adjusting. You know how it is. Deal with it. Anyway. Hi, what's up? Yay, we can hear you. Yay, I can hear me. Gonna make sure that my little button. I'm Batman. There we go, my button works. No voice, you're a little delayed. But that's okay, so am I. So it's all good. No worries. No worries. I gotta bring that browser audio down just a little bit more. There we go. To about there. Hoorah! Hoorah! All right. What's with the eyeballs? Hello, eyeballs. And hello to those of you that are watching over on YouTube that I can see you down here. Look, everybody can see you now. Hey! Oh, the bat part. You like that? But yeah, everybody can see people on YouTube now. Yay! So now I'm not just like talking to the wind while everybody else is like, what are you doing, man? So yeah, hi to Jamie, hi to Rotoads that I see hanging out over there. And of course, all of our wonderful, fabulous people here on the Twitcheroos. What is shaking? First and foremost, I forgot to add my Stream Deck to the standby screen, so to make up for it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all my non-binary neurodivergent squirrels, we would like to welcome to the stadium Dragon Suck My Dick Heart. Wouldn't be a day the dragon showed up without me pushing that button. Anyway. Hi, what's shaking? Happy Sunday. Welcome back to another perfectly normal, absolutely average day in the world of social media. Welcome to that. Or something. Actually, I'm going to lean more heavily into something, but there we go. Gothic, what's shaking? Yeah, it's definitely one of them days. The great TikTok tantrum of 2025. Try saying that 5 times fast. The stream rewards got reset? You mean the bar up on the top? Yeah, it was definitely something for all of what, 11 hours? Uh-huh. That's not suspicious. That's not weird. Whatever. My plan goes forward. So that's all I got to say about that. It's definitely something. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Little behind the scenes fuckery. We shall live on. Oh yes. The nut reward. Oh. Oh, okay. Hello. What in the fuck? Well, apparently Lady Z is showing up. Tramples in, then tramples out. Look here, you. You are so lucky that I do not have your little button thingy set up, but I do have this one that still works. That got reset. Oh. Oh, right. Because I shut all of them off for right now. That's why. Well, the majority of them. There's a couple that are still on. But I shut most of them off because I don't have them fully integrated yet. Which I will do shortly because I've been busy with other projects and stuff and planning and all of that for... I think what Zach is talking about is the redeems, because I shut them off and then because I shut everything off and then I went back and turned a couple back on. They'll show up as new. So, stuff like that. If it was banned here, it'd be people just doing other stuff instead of doom scrolling. That's probably true. Yeah, that's most definitely a topic that we're going to dive into a bit today. Primarily because a lot of it is, it does touch on the mental health stuff. So, there's that. Projects and planning. Yes, I have many projects, as always, on the go. And whether the ban went through and stuck or not, I was still setting myself up to go through a different plan. I can still doom scroll on Blue Sky. Yeah, I do the same. Yep, good old Blue Sky. I love it. So, okay, so to recap and to catch those up who are not in the know, I guess. Let me see. We have got... So the Active Corrosion album is going to be out right away. The first single from the Active Corrosion album, which is Burn It All Bright, releases on Friday. So look at that. I've actually got shit rolling again in the music department. Following that will be, again, the Ross Gates Neurodivergent album. Hi, hanging out with my friend Fireball, who just joined the server last week. Hi, Fireball. I did happen to notice you. Oddly enough, you're not the first Fireball in the house. What's a shake? So many moms make money making content and those disabilities is more than just doom scrolling. Huh? So many mums make money making content, those with disabilities. It's okay. Dan, where's Dan to translate? Can somebody get my Mama to English dictionary? I just can't read, one or the other. But yeah, there's new tunes coming. There are moms who use TikTok as income. Okay, yes, there are a lot of people that use TikTok as income in the States because they get paid down there, as opposed to up here in the Great Wide North where we don't. So, whatever. My plan was not changing. I was still going to... I know you do. I was still going to stick to the plan that I had laid out. I'm still going to be beta testing for Neptune at the end of the month. I am still going to be posting. I did come back out of the hiatus, and it's just the whole thing. I'm sure I ranted about this last stream, but the whole thing has been such a clusterfuck for me personally, right? Because I've been on the fence about, okay, well, I've got all of these interests, but do I put them all under one category? Because it's all quintessentially me and all the stuff I love. But maybe I should differentiate the music stuff from what I do there so people don't get like overloaded and bogged down with shit that they don't want to see. But then all of this band stuff is going through. Well, then, okay, maybe I'm going to pull back out of the hiatus and then maybe I'll just like, it's just been... I feel bad for Shoost, who has to deal with my stupid indecisive ass, to be honest with you. Shoost is the one that I feel the worst for out of this. But, yeah, it's just, The only thing I want to join is Red Note. For reasons my thread post went nuts last night. Oh yeah. I have lots of people. That's fair. Did you shut up? I did. I shut off all of the redeems. Because I need... The only reason I shut them off is because they're not properly integrated. So I need to properly integrate them first before I can turn them all back on. My book list. We're going to recover literally never. I think there's a lot of things that are going to be very heavily fucked up because of all of this bullshit. And, yeah, it's really stupid. Well, it has a cookie truck anyway. There you go. Yeah, the reason, again, I don't have all of those set up because I don't have the animations set up for them is the main reason, right? So, like, if you redeem it, nothing will happen. So, why make you spend points on something that's not going to happen? Know what I mean? So, yeah. Cookies for everybody anyway. Sabine, shut up. Good God. Gonna go lay on the couch. Okay, feel better. Let me see. Actually, let me just scroll back up, because I had a point. Hi, Tiff. I had a point that I wanted to make. It's open my eyes how much humanity relies on easy dopamine. Well, it's also part of a control thing, too, right? Shit, I lost it. Oh, well. High protein recipe. And you know what's really funny? Okay, it's not funny. You know what I mean by when I say that, though. Let me just double check here. I'm just looking at mine because obviously Canadian wasn't. Oh, okay. You're. Ah, hi. Okay, Tiff is Fireball. Thank you. I will try and log that to the noggin. Yeah, my collections and saved videos not affected at all. Because, of course not, right? So there's that. You should see one of the drafts I have right now. Holy fuck, I should have put on a piece of tinfoil for it. But anywho, it's... I'm focusing on things that's going to be the most beneficial to you. Which is what I am doing, in a manner of speaking. So yeah, my plan is still going to be, going forward, yes, I'm going to post here. Yes, I'm still going to post on the meta platforms, but only because, like I said, I don't want to abandon the communities of people that I have there that need a voice and a place. But my primary ones are obviously going to be here, YouTube, yeah, TikTok, Blue Sky, and I think that's primarily going to be it. Oh, Fanbase, I joined that because it was an alternative, I guess. When the first video I saw was tarring and feathering American. It's going to be an interesting time. Well, my FYP is a little weird. The author's still there. That's fair enough. Yeah, in this weekend has definitely been, it's been a roller coaster, to say the least, because the amount of cheerful goodbye videos that I saw, followed by confused and cheerful, well, hi there videos this morning. It's been a time. It's definitely been a time. I have many thoughts. I have feelings, we'll say, about the initial welcome back message that you Americans got. I have a lot of thoughts about that. Yes, again, the redeems are shut off today. Today only, relax. Let a guy fucking reincorporate them. It was a big red flag. Yes. Was it a big red flag? Was it a big... Okay, these are the ways that I look at it. And hence my red flag post. Is it a red flag? Is it a tongue up his ass? Or is it simply... Oh, no, that's cool. Or is it simply a case of they know that if they don't treat him like a fucking toddler and acknowledge his name, then he's not going to do anything for it? Which one do you think it is? Because I don't know. All of the above, yeah. Third option, all of the above. Well, would that be fourth option? Or third, I guess two of them are the same thing. But yeah, all of the above. Probably, right? They acknowledge if they don't treat him like the fucking... like the hapless little child that he is, and acknowledge him for every little thing that he did or did not do. Hey! Welcome, welcome. Twitch redeems are shut off on purpose today. Yes, they are. Thank you, Chaos. I appreciate that. So treat him like it. Exactly. It's the sad, unfortunate truth. Yeah, it is the sad, unfortunate truth. But that's... yeah, that's what you... hang on a sec. After manually unpaint at the end of the stream. There, I'll change that. But yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. Now, here's another question for you is how many... because, okay, when did people start joining Red Note? Was earlier last week, yeah? It's about, I don't know. Like, the big influx of people under Red Note, when do you think that was? Monday, Tuesday-ish kind of thing? I don't recall. Change what it... yeah, no. No, that's what he pays interns for. A couple of weeks? Was it that far? I mean, maybe it was. You know, time's a construct, so let's say, well, I'll split the difference with you. Let's say it's a week. I want nothing to do with Red Note. That's fine, right? People's opinions on Red Notes, they can have their opinions on it, right? The people that want to join it, awesome, good for them, I guess. If you are joined onto it, please be respectful of the culture and the people there, and don't be an asshole. I'm going to finish my thought before I get the dragon here. But at this time, I am not going to. Because, and plug your ears if you're an American with sensitive feelings, I feel like it is just another case of a lot of people going into panic mode and finding something else as a petty little fuck you moment. However, it's kind of... I'm afraid that it's going to turn into another case of American exceptionalism with... because, I mean, crack a history book. How many times has it gone well that a shitload of Americans have wound up in a place and not ruined what they showed up at to take over? You know what I mean? I guess if that, you know, no offense, but history is history, right? Okay, Dragon, I have another option. The whole thing was a farce, just so another American company can gain rights to the data to sell data anyway for a profit instead of just being handed over. The fit being thrown by TikTok was ended only because to keep their US users, they had to bow down to Papa Palp. Yeah, they did. It's Papaya Palpatine. I mean, Papa Palpatine, Papaya Palpatine. Yeah, I've got an entire list. I actually gave the list to Pocket because Pocket found it so funny. Yeah, you know, self-checkout Stalin. I mean, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, anyway, there is, yes, I do have a curiosity about it because I'd like to see it. Some of the things that I'm hearing from the people that are, that a lot of people that they go onto there and then they see a bunch of shit and then they post on TikTok about it, was that they cannot believe that, oh my God, they have been lied to by the powers that be for so long about the fact that the Chinese culture, not everybody lives in complete oppression, the fact that they can go and get a grocery haul, that they can have breakfast meals every morning for the equivalent of $1.50, right? All of these things here, the realization, like they're looking at this app, looking at the Chinese culture, and oh, what is happening? It's occurring to them that communism isn't this big, bad, scary thing that they've had force-fed to them their entire lives. And who do you think is shitting bricks about that? Chinese nationals saying the influx of Westerners has changed it. Those abroad cannot access, no longer access outside because their IPs are now tracked. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of reasons for that, right? I feel like I would, because I refuse to dull myself down, right? And I know that in the Chinese culture, I would be viewed as, you know, not exactly a safe person in the eyes of those in power over there. But I refuse to dull myself down for that. In respect for their culture, I'm not going to, right? So that's why I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna. It's a control check to pull something we become reliant on. They know how much power they have at the moment. Yeah. Yep, it is. It's almost like capitalism is bad or something. Almost. That's what real propaganda does. Exactly, right? How about that? How thick is that swamp of irony? How thick is it, you think? That swamp of irony where they're bitching about Chinese communist propaganda. Right? On TikTok, they're complaining about Chinese communist propaganda. Wow, that's some thick soup, my friends. Some real thick soup. Oh boy. Just amazing. Flock of the Red Note was a way of getting U.S. government to allow it. Yeah, I think it was... Yeah. So thick it could be concrete. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. But hey, you know what? Shut it off. Do what you do with all other electronics. Pull the plug, plug it back in, and slap a little sticker on the front that says, "Thank you, Tangerine Tyrant," and everything will be fine. Pick certain words out of certain sentences to make them look good. Or bad. Right? Yeah, it's... I don't know. I think one of the biggest parts that feels icky about it is that the spray can con man is not even sworn in yet. And the amount of fucking tongues that are on the boots, you know? I don't know. It's just... Wow. Like, not even trying to hide it, really, anymore. It's disturbing. And people wonder why I started writing a book. Sabine, shut your fucking skull. Stop it. Stop it. Hey, other dogs are allowed to exist, you know. All dogs matter. Sorry, that's not funny. So many red flags around today give me the heebie-jeebies, right? Except for all the innocent Chinese. Exactly, right? Another reason that I'm not gonna go. Right? The only reason that I would go on to Red Note is to lurk, is to watch, right? Is to learn. I wouldn't want to post anything there, right? I would just want to go and watch. That's it. National security issue, they say. In other countries, conceal our data. Not a single country. Yeah. Well, and what's worse, right? Who is involved in like one of the biggest data breaches in modern history? was fucking Facebook. Right? One of the biggest data breaches in modern history was done by fucking... No, it wasn't even Meta back then. It was Facebook back then. That's why they had to become Meta. That's... Right? And they're the ones who are paying $7 million into it to help make sure that TikTok gets banned. But then at the last hour, they create a TikTok account. Hey, Show Chu, you're not looking so innocent right now. I'm just saying. Yeah, Threads, Instagram, and Facebook is also Meta. Yes, I like Threads. Just remember, if you're going to be on Threads and Facebook and Instagram, do not ever click on any of the ads. In fact, there are ways to go in and scrub to make sure that they do not have targeted data on you. And yeah, that means you'll be getting completely random ads about shit that has nothing to do with you or your interests. But it's a way to, you know, if you're going to stay on there, it's a way to make sure that they're not getting money off you at the very least. If the Chinese government is so interested in my geeky, furry, gamer tomfoolery, then they can have it. I mean, that's the thing, is like, okay, what is one of the main things that a lot of people use to sign into something? Google. You don't tell me that the Alphabet Corporation doesn't know every fucking thing about me, or you, or the person beside you, or all of your interests, or, you know, all of the data they have cached because of your searches, right? You know, if you're into, you know, geeky, furry, gamer tomfoolery, you don't think that Google already knows that and has already sold that shit? Like, come on. Nothing is safe out there. Nothing. It's just, it's like it's a fight for puppy. It's a fight for who can accumulate the most money, right? It's like a fucking, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Like, it's just, it's ridiculous. Once my reading history, go for it. I might develop trouble from... Please don't tell me that's a real thing, Dragon. I mean, Rule 34, obviously, but... Is that a real thing? That can't be a thing. Only lurking while muted, that's fine. Oh, it's real. Uh-huh, yeah, okay. Rule 34. Again, this is why I started writing a novel. Out of the blue. Because I had a little fucking temper tantrum of my own. I started writing some shit down. The next thing I know, it turned into a book. So I'm writing a book, for those that haven't been following along. Some of you have read some of it. Make a wonderful... Oh my god! Oh boy. Oh dear. Oh, that's disturbing. Jesus fuck. That should not be as funny as it is, but here we are. Wow. We have such wonders to show you. Uh-huh. I wonder who the fuck wrote this story. Rule 34, and this is why I read the book there for a second. No. No. The reason that I started writing a book spontaneously is because I got pissed off at the state of the world. That's the base. That is the basic underlier of why I started writing. Is because I'm pissed off at the absolute inequality between the massively wealthy and the incredibly poor. How essentially within the next 30 years or so, I mean, shit, there's barely one now, but I think the middle class will be eliminated completely. There will be the rant binder. I know, right? I wish I still had all those notes. I wouldn't want anybody to see them nowadays. They're not exactly appropriate. They were for the time, but not now. But I mean, I do read anthro and other science smut stories. And you know what? There are people that do, and no shame to them. Read what you're going to read. Good for you. I'm not going to be like Call Me Chris over here and start shitting on what people read. If I do that, I will have a chaos-sized assassin up my ass with a microscope and a pair of scissors. You know, you do you. You read what you're going to read. I don't care. Have fun with it. It's not for me. Whatever. But anyway, the underlier of... Hi, Dan. The underlier is that, yeah, I was really pissed off at how much inequality there is. How basically we're heading down that road of nobody... No... Call Me Chris. Yeah, Call Me Chris. You know who Call Me Chris is? Like one of the biggest people on TikTok ever. No, call me Dan. And I'll be frank. That sentence is dual meaning. You're kidding me. You've seen Call Me Chris, I guarantee you. Anyway, Oh, Michael Crichton? Yeah, you didn't know Michael Crichton wrote like a whole shitload of... Yeah, he's got a ton of books. But anyway, yeah, so I digress. I started writing that because, yeah, I'm tired of the inequality, the lack of caring about humanity, and the fact that nobody can... And that's an overstatement. The fact that so many people are just denying science and fact, right? And like, what kind of a world we're going to end up in the next 30 years, right? So I started writing that, and I was having a hard time with it. And then I decided to shift a little more fictional, right? Create this as the backdrop, create a couple of characters. But then I asked myself the question of, what if the one of the big things that humanity is so concerned about that is going to be the end of all of us is actually our savior? And that would be artificial intelligence. So that's the premise of my book. Apparently. So it seems. Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you take somebody who's artistic and drop a whole bunch of like trauma shit on them and let them sit in it. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. I'm not going to talk too much about that at this point, I think. However, if you're interested in scanning over what I've got, I'm happy to have any proofreaders, I guess. Because I'm on my second revision of it. Surely you jest, exactly. Attending to take public transport today, first time in many years. Really? Why? Just cuz? Queenie Galore is another hit. Archive of our own. Hey, there you go, Jamie. Since you all can read each other. Okay. Just send me a DM and remind me, otherwise I'm going to forget. But yeah, like, between that, I share the readings. Yes, you do. Midwife appointment in the hospital, husband has a car forward. That's fair. Anyway, yeah, so that's a part of my bigger plan. As well as I've decided that coming back out of the little hiatus, that I was going to revamp how I end up doing content stuff, because a lot of this would have been considered like a reset, right? Like, you're going to be going onto brand new platforms, and people that either have followed you there or are going to be encountering you have no idea who you are or what you're about. So I'm like, you know what? This means that I can go back to like the absolute basics of educating about mental health stuff, ADHD stuff, a little more on the autism stuff. I'm still not super comfortable with that, but I mean, sharing my own experience and the actual fact, the data behind it, then that's different. So that's what I'm going to be doing. The plan is I am going to take I'm going to take words and mush them together. I'm going to take a page out of a couple other creators' books. What I plan on doing is I will be releasing a longer form one. I'll record that probably on Mondays, edit that up to release later in the week. But I'm probably going to do a longer form one for YouTube, somewhere between 15 and 30 minutes in length. And then I'm going to cut, like, it's going to touch probably 5 different topics or something. And then I'm just going to cut them down and use those as the smaller clips in and around all of the other silly shit. So I think that's the route that I'm going to go. It should make it easier on me if I have like one dedicated day to work on it instead of trying to like constantly worry about it, kind of thing. Because, you know, obviously my body is falling apart and it's not as easy for me to do that. Your LVAN's experience so far, taking in sleep for 5 hours. My wife had the same experience with it too. When she started, it made her super tired. Me, on the other hand, I was cleaning the fucking pantry at 5:30 in the morning, so, you know, what do I know? I know nothing. What I do know is that different meds affect different people differently. Who would have thought? Oh well. So that's enough babbling out of me for the moment. What about you guys? What's up? What's up? There's a part of me that wants to say, hey, how was your weekend? But that's been in a very traumatic, emotional roller coaster for a lot of people, so I'm not going to do that. I'll just ask, hey, what are your plans for this week? That's probably a safer question for you. Those years being on high alert. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, well, again, same with my wife. She was in a constant state of, what's the word I'm looking for there? Constantly on alert, anyway. Quiet Mind has been a weird experience. Nice. Existing, no expectations. Yeah, reading books and work. Hey! Wow, where did my shocked face go? There it is. Melatonin has been giving me nightmares lately. I hear that from some people. Plus doctor's appointment. Running here, shit ton of care plans to set in motion for the year. Huh. Fair enough. Hey, should I pick on Tiff? Maybe I should pick on Tiff. Maybe I should make Tiff tell us all about her. Alright, Tiff, that's it. We want your life story in chat right now. Melatonin has always given me weird dreams. Yeah, I find that it does a little bit of that for me, too. I do have Onyx Storm getting delivered this Thursday, so book. Very nice. I've been working a lot in the last 2 weeks, so nothing new to me. Yeah, of course. But hey, money, right? Relatively new job in university cafeteria, super draining. 4 10-hour days, good God. Ugh. I remember those. Ugh. Oh, you made me tired with that all of a sudden. I remember working like 5-5-4s, whereas all 12-hour days. But I remember the last time I was managing a bar was, yeah, it was like 4 10-hour days. Migraine gone, love those meds. Very nice. Melatonin gummies. Are you prepared for a trauma dump? Okay, well, maybe not the trauma dump part. How about the rest? Not a fan of the trauma dumps around here. Gotta make money while I get some stuff for, I guess, stream running and shit ain't cheap. Oh, you're gonna go? Yes, I did. Shut up, E. You're going back to streaming? Question mark. That's what I was trying to say there. Yeah. Guaranteed coma. I don't like it because I don't wake up for kids. That's fair. I can't say I blame you. Yeah, you like that? Getting my merds all wicked up. Boy, oh boy. Nanny cashier, bookkeeper, payroll clerk, fuzzy black cat named Sith. Excellent name. The cat has chronic pain, or you do? I hallucinate while staring at pages. That's right. That's the best thing about, best part about reading. I hallucinate while staring at the remnants of dead trees. Both. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Hi, welcome to the Spoonie Club. It's a lot of owie going on there, and here, there, and everywhere. But that's okay. Living with chronic pain is great. It's such a wonder.
Sarcasm self-test complete.
Oh good, that's back online.
Well, at least I have some things working. Yeah, nothing like hallucinating while staring at dead trees. I'm not very good at it. Even, okay, figure this shit out. Even as the guy who has a hard time sitting down and reading a book, even as I'm writing one, I have to have a fucking AI read it back to me. Otherwise, you did something new with the camera? Nice. Was that GLaDOS? Yes, it was. One thing I've noticed is lack of appetite added to my already sporadic appetite. Super. My appetite has actually dropped a little bit as of late, too, but that's because of the diet that my wife has us both on. But then I get like all super hungry at the end of the night. But that's where peanuts come into play, and almonds, and stuff like that. The cake was not a lie. She actually made one. They showed it at the end. Cake was not a lie. Yeah. Did you do something new with the camera? Or the entire fucking stream? You decide. So, yes. The answer is yes. Yeah. If you're like Dan and showing up late and haven't noticed yet, yeah, I revamped the entire stream again. Why? Because, well, I wanted to fix a couple of things, and it turned into, oh, hey, look, now I'm just going to redo everything. So, there's that. Anyway, on that note, I see that we have a little yellow light, so guess what? You want to borrow my glasses? Maybe. So, we're going to take our little self-care break. So, if you're new around here, Tiff, once an hour, every hour, Twitch likes to force-feed ads on everybody. So I cover them up by making us take care of ourselves because we suck at taking care of ourselves. So we're going to take a couple of minutes. We're going to go and get some water or a snack or take your meds if you haven't yet. Go to the bathroom, stand up, have a stretch, do what you got to do. But we're going to take a moment. We're going to have our little self-care break and we'll be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
So there.
Think you can play me, think you can break me, but baby I don't have the time. No, 'cause once you hurt me, I try and for me, I'll just erase you out of my life. You got me wrong, thought I wasn't strong enough without you, but I'm so done, I'm moving on. I'm gonna be stronger now without you. No, I can't love you anymore. I'm closing all my doors for you, 'cause I can't go back like before. I'm stronger than you know. It's true now, baby, I'm so done. I can't love you anymore. I'm closing all my doors for you, 'cause I can't go back like before. Stronger than you know. It's true now, baby, I'm so done. Yesterday. When I saw you again, I knew I wanted you, but I had to hide it. I had to hide it, 'cause I have grown strong. without you around. I've just gotta fight it. I don't wanna go back there. Don't wanna fall into your arms again. Don't wanna give you everything I have and see you walk away. Don't wanna fall into your arms again. Don't wanna be reminded of the pain and the love of yesterday. Yesterday.
Alrighty. I'm just taking a look at the sound on this here to make sure that it is... Okay, that should be better. Bear with me, I'm testing something.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, much better. Yeah. Doesn't blow your fucking eardrums out. Yeah. Yeah. Good call, smart guy. Didn't want to... Yeah, no. I'd, sorry about that. I didn't mean for anybody to do that either. Again, fixing everything, trying to get it back to a regular state after completely remaking. And it's not building upon. It's... I completely remade the entire overlay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There we go. Alrighty. So, let me see here. Just I can't gift, that's odd. Just Dana can't gift? Must be in a weird time transition for Twitch? I don't know. It does weird shit. Maybe it has you resubbed, but doesn't list it? I don't know. No. Huh. You know what? I'm not even going to pretend to guess. When it comes to Twitch, I don't understand any of it. I'm not going to try, because it's fucking, it's Twitch. They do their own thing. Not as bad as TikTok, but with the ban he got banned. Not here. And if he did, I didn't see it. I wasn't paying attention. Last May? Oh. I don't think that would have anything to do with it. Yeah, not recently. Yeah. Yeah, the only one who can ban Dan right now is me, and that's... I don't know. Again, I'm not going to pretend. I have no idea. I know nothing. I'm going to stick by that because it is... yeah, served me well. And I apologize if there's any crunching. I wanted a snack. So I got peanuts. It's amazing just how many fucking peanuts I eat in a week. Part of that diet. That's I'm back to my my peanut diet. That's a good thing. I love them. Anywho. So, since and you know what? I never thought about this until now. Since I am pretty much starting from zero, or at least I'm pretending that I'm starting from zero. So that, yeah, that means I'm going to be going back to doing a lot more of the educational stuff. Just kind of like I said, big video, cut the clips, put that out. And find out my sunflower seeds. What other kind of stuff should I be doing, I wonder? Right? Like, I do want to do, you know, a bunch of stuff that I'm interested in. However, I don't want to be shoving stuff that people don't care about. Or maybe, fuck them, they can just skip it. I don't know. It's hard to decide, but I think that, fuck, I lost my train of thought right in the middle of it. Went to board the train and it was gone. A friend of mine would be very interested. I mean, there's that. Productivity hacks. Well, yeah, I mean, there was going to be a lot of those anyway. And I think right now, Jay, I think there are a lot of people that are inquiring about stuff like that in general. And Dan, you're not wrong, right? It's just when I did try and differentiate the two, it's such a pain in the ass for me to try and keep up with. I don't know. Maybe I'll try and shove it all into one box, as it were. Ha 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 and ha. Take that how you wish. Well, I mean, it's a day that ends in Y, so it's not a shock, I suppose. Well, you know it's a nice box. Come on. Let's be real here. Everybody knows that. Did you even need to say that to me, Nomi? I mean, come on. I was one of the ones who got a reputation for shitting all over those people. I ended up losing mutuals because of it. And it breaks my little heart. Probably better with catch up for a kaiju. Yeah, that's right, Dragon. What you're gonna have to do is you have to make human sacrifices, but make sure that they are for the count of mostly Crisco. Pizza. Good riddance, the fuckers. Amen to that. Ain't that the damn truth? Alright, Nomi, do the stuff. And yeah, sorry, Jay. The removal period is not permitted. No, you have to sacrifice them to the count of mostly Crisco. Also known as the bankrupt billionaire, the Bone Spur Bandit, Velveeta Voldemort. I mean, I could go on for days here. Test out the temperature of the inner atmosphere of the sun. We've already established the outer temperature. Is that close to potato? Circumference of an orange. Would be a lot closer. Or the smell of purple, one or the other. I don't remember which exactly. Peanuts. Good song is good. Num 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 num. What are you doing, child? You getting dressed? Okay. Knockoff cheese dust chip overlord. I like that one. Nepotism Napoleon. Fat Nixon. The right-wing Wonder Boy. Fuckface Twat Waffle. That one, I like that one. Very, very standard across the board. I dig it. I'm going with, if my presence offends you, good. I'm not here to make you feel good about yourself. Whatever. I think that if do what makes you happy. Yeah. And overinflated. Like an overstuffed Oompa Loompa. I'm not here to make any mission accomplished. There you go. The diaper sniper. Oh boy. Well, I see it's just another normal day here. We've got a domestic dispute between Jay and Dan. Works perfect for me. The real married couple. You guys are fun. It's true. So yeah, obviously last Wednesday I was not able to stream. This Wednesday I don't think I'll be able to either, because again, Jasa is doing her transition from the CASA classroom back to her regular school, which means that I have to, when I get up in the morning, I have to drop off the wife at work, drop off the kid at school, and I have to stay there for about 45 minutes because it's a fucking waste of time for me to come back home and then go all the way back up there. But after that 45 minutes, then I have to drive her up here to her regular school, which is like 5 blocks from the house here, not even. Then I drop her off there. Then I have to pick her up at lunch. And then I have to take her back up to the south end. Yeah, it's a lot of fucking back and forth. A lot of driving. And then she has singing class that night too. So that's why but I think this is just going to be the last week that she does the transition. So hopefully it changes after this. That would be nice. So yeah, unfortunately I will not be here on Wednesday. I do believe Friday is still open though. So we'll find out. Why is she going back to regular school? Because the curriculum that she is in right now is only a temporary thing. It is only designed as a classroom structure for, you know, autistics, neurodivergent kids with a lot of the emotional and you know, neurodivergent regulatory issues going through school. So basically it's to kind of help guide her better and teach her better, like, coping skills and, like, with things with emotional regulation stuff. Basically it's shit that I wish I had when I was growing up, but it's only a 6-month program. So now she has to transition back into regular school. She tried just not having emotions. There are some days, not very damn many though, because for the most part, it's all of them. Yeah, she doesn't, what's the word I'm looking for here? She doesn't flatline as well as Daddy does, I guess. But yeah, I'm sure it'd be nice to tell her to not have the emotions. That'd be great. Crazy face lady! Heidi ho! How's it going? What's that, baby? Okay, have fun. Doesn't flatline as much as he parries and sarcasm is not remarked in a loving way. I mean, potato and potato, really. 6 of one, half a dozen the other. It depends. Can't confirm emotions come pre-installed and they don't turn off. All the emotions, yeah, no shit. Well, I'm here. I'm happy that I can actually finally be here, as opposed to, like I was just talking about with Wednesdays, and not being able to stream last Wednesday or this coming Wednesday because of my kid transitioning back to school. But shut up, Sabine. Nobody asked. But yeah, that's been nice. Other than that, you know, the standard existential crisis bullshit that the rest of North America is probably going through. Emotional support, but not working on others. I won't put any effort to help himself. Well, yeah, exactly. I agree with that. Yeah, I'll help, but you know, you still have to do the work. You know, I'm not going to do everything for you. Wow, meds just aren't working today. You have an eyeball headache. Fair enough. Got my own shit to deal with, right? Come TG old as that. That'd be helpful. Eventually you can bury everything deep enough that nobody ever sees it again. Yeah, because that helps. Not at all. Oh well. I can't help you unless you got a toaster. I don't know if that's the help that they're looking for. This is not the help that you're looking for. Wanted to come and say hello. Well, I appreciate it, Indy Katie. I hope you're feeling better. Hi, Sabine. Can I help you? Oh, you just fucking barged right in, didn't you? Hey, no fucks given. Yeah, I have a bag of... Don't you fucking dare. Uh-huh. That's what I thought. You want to come say hi, that's fine. You want to try and eat my bowl full of peanuts, that's not going to happen. Being dead sounds magnificent. Excellent. Not. Sabine's like, what did you say? Yeah. You heard me, dog. Not required to give a fox. That's true. She's not. However, she's also not getting my bowl full of peanuts. Part of me wants to say grow up, but on the other hand, I'm also not a real doctor. Bowl full of dicks many times. There you go. Chosen violence today, yeah? I mean, sometimes you just have to. In home movies, you've downgraded. Or is that an upgrade from TV to home movies? I mean, so long as you get a good paycheck out of it, who gives a shit? I am dog, I do as I want, yeah. I can't grow up. Can't get any taller. Yeah, I'm unfortunately shrinking day by day, so. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Eat my bowl full of peanuts, I guess. But yeah, Jamie, she really does live by that mentality. 9.95 to rent. So the dog's eating everything. Once upon a time, way back when the grass is green and the sky was blue and water was wet, we had a dog that went through that phase of the adult teething, and I shit you not, ate an entire sectional. Yeah. That was not a good time. She fucking destroyed that thing. Just ripped it apart. Like all of the fabric off it, gone. All of the, like the wood frame and whatnot, all chewed to shit. Just, wow. I was astounded a dog could do that much damage. Even in many frozen things. Uh-huh. Well, I remember how much of a problem it was even with Sabine here. For legal reasons, kidding. Yep. Yeah, it's like that reminder that, yeah, a dog can chew on a power cord once. He's eating a steel pipe. I'm sure it'll be fine. Maybe not. That is crazy. Eating a steel pipe. Alright, Indie Kitty. Relax, rest up. Yeah, no lead poisoning there. No worries about that kind of thing. Yeah, well, I mean, some of you guys have seen the damage to the walls that we have from the other puppies, which we've never had a chance to get fixed yet. It's on the list. It'll happen eventually, I'm sure. But yeah, for right now, it's just, hey, look, big gaping fucking holes in the wall from dogs. Perfect. And now we turn to Tiff with this trauma dump. No, I'm kidding. Just like attacked by a shark. I mean, cause sure, why not? They're gonna itch on my knee. Just out of nowhere, too. I hate that. Anyway. Gonna unwind, try and bring death to the masses. Alright, Jay. Another day that ends in Y. Have yourself a fun death fest. Handing out the bullets of... The magic bullets of... I don't know. Seeing the inside of your skull. Take that and run with it. I guess. Make what you want out of it. That's alright. We got like 15-ish minutes. Magic bullets of go fuck yourself. Perfect. That works. Yes, indeed. Yeah, just it's crazy fucking times out there in the wild, wild west of social media. disturbing. Marvel Rivals. I'm playing Jeff. My name's Jeff. I'm just shaking my head at all of it. Like, what a fucking roller coaster. What a mess. Oh, dude, Squirrel Girl, 100%. Dude, she's... Are you kidding? She's like borderline the most powerful thing out there. Two of my faves. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, no, like I said, that's the plan I'm going to stick to. I'm going to stick to my original plan of keep posting, adjust how I'm going to be doing content now. Keep doing the music stuff. I'm going to finish writing my book while I still have the momentum to do so. Again, if anybody wants to take a look over it, send me a DM. And then I'll fire you out the most recent revision. Feel free to, you know, give me all of the criticisms and whatnot, so long as it's constructive and shit. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, put again some minor changes just to make it a little easier on myself. So yeah, Monday is going to be my... Like, I'm going to do planning over the course of the week, slowly but surely. And then on Monday, I'm going to record the big one, which is going to end up being the longer form post for the week. Probably 15 to 30 minutes long, covering a handful of topics. And then I'll be using those clips and sending them out to all of the platforms. Hello, fellow Twitch citizen. Well, hello, sneaky preacher. How very sneaky of you. Do not underestimate the sneakiness. He's mad at the strawberry because it's frozen. Why would you be mad at something because of its physical state? I'm mad at you because you're frozen. You're not allowed to be frozen. Get in my belly. Puppies are cute and stupid. And that's why we love them. Because they are cute, but mostly stupid. Because it's harder to chew. Yeah, well, that's the state of being frozen. That's how that works. What you gonna do about it? If your dog was smarter, he would know that if he just licked it, it would stop being frozen. But, I mean, no, he probably wouldn't. And honestly, he really probably wouldn't. There we go. How the hell are I? OSD, there's one I don't get very often. I mean, I'm here. I'm alright. It's better for his teeth, though. Well, yeah, puppies. You're teething. I get it. You gotta break the skin and get the teeth out. I get it. Yeah, we're doing alright here. Another Sunday. Hanging out, chilling, shooting the shit. Trying not to become overwhelmed with that feeling of existential dread. Because of the state of the world and things like that. Hey! Merry Sunday and all that jazz. It's just me and my little bag of legumes. Peanuts. Apparently I spelled peanuts with an I there, I guess. Oh well. But yeah, anyway, what was I saying before that? Oh yeah, if you wanted to have a peek at the writing shit that I've been doing, throw me a DM and I'll fire you the first half and you can take a look at it and let me know what you think. But anyway, yeah, music stuff and all of that. Someone just want to kick back, watch World Burn. I mean, and that's fair. You know, you're perfectly entitled to that, and I get it. I'm just... there are parts of the world that I want to see burn. There are certain aspects of it that I want to see burned, and I'm happy to watch them completely collapse. But unfortunately, I'm a little bit more empathetic to some of those that are going to be, shall we say, crushed under the weight of the falling debris. Frozen broccoli and carrots. That's a good idea. Sabine loves carrots. So does Dosey. Django doesn't, though. Yeah, that's... I don't know. Part of my nature. Like, I wish I could just not give a shit. It'd be so much easier to just not give a shit. A toothpaste tube? I didn't make the connection. Crazy Fish Lady agreeing that it'd be easier to just watch the world burn. It's okay, moving on. Is it okay, though? Is it really? I mean, for real, real? Not for play, play? Too much George Carlin. Uh-huh. Yeah, I agree with 95% of that. Yeah, I grew up on a lot of George Carlin. Marshmallows? I mean, we can do marshmallows. Noodly. My jokes have gotten dark lately. It has nothing to do with the company you keep. I'm sure. I'm absolutely certain that has nothing to do with it. You don't become who you're with. Huh. Strange. Anyway, I don't see a hydrant anymore. It's because if you look at the pinned note at the top of the chat, where it says Twitch redeems are shut off on purpose today. It's okay to not give a shit. I mean, about many of the aspects, yes, but I wish I was equipped to do that. Like, there are a lot of things that I could just be like, fuck off, don't care, right? But there are a lot of things where, in the grander, broader scheme, I kind of have to. Well, I don't have to, but, like, a part of me feels like I have to. And it's... I don't know. Some frozen washcloths. Those are a fantastic idea. We used to use those with the puppies as well. Mobile Twitch is weird. Yeah. Yes, it is. Very much so. But yeah, I wish it was just as easy to just fucking flick the switch and not give a shit about the state of things, especially when you've got so many people that are being affected by it. That's where it becomes difficult to just up and... Ayo! My last four. Aw, thanks, Dan. But that's where it becomes difficult to just up and shut it off, right? Like, I mean, in our community, how many people have been affected by the bullshit that's been going on in the last year south of the border? Huh? Maybe one or two. Well, stuffy soaking them and freezing them. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, we get Sabine stuffies knowing full well that they're not going to last the night. Not giving a shit will become easier. Nah, I disagree. But that's me, right? It's that change of... Well, it's change for me. As an autistic, I don't handle change. Right? Change is not good. Like, it's fucking panic-inducing in the best of cases. I don't agree that the whole planet has always been screwed. I mean, obviously, I'm a big believer that we are a heavy contributor to that. But, as George says, what's the planet gonna do? The planet's gonna do that, right? The same thing as his rant about plastic. The planet, it now just becomes Earth plus plastic in a brand new paradigm, you know? I get that. But I don't think that it was always screwed. I think that we certainly have contributed to it quite heavily. Sister-in-law makes kibble biscuit wrap in hand towel and rolls it. Tries enough for Rosie, keeps her entertained for a while. That's cool. You can freeze that shit up. And then the lick mat. Yeah, our dogs enjoy the lick mats too. Fill them up with like frozen pumpkin puree or something. They adore those. Excuse me. I got things popping up on my screen here that I don't care about. There we go. Infested with humans. Best analogy ever. Infested. We are an infestation. Change. Leaning towards change. Something needs, but it may just be me. Leaning towards the change. Okay, hang on. Leaning towards the change something needs to. Oh, so if something does need to change, okay, yeah, I can understand that. I'm talking about like, hey, welcome aboard, my man. That was a general, my man, like dude. Yeah, like, I understand that. I can relate to that. Like if there are some things that, yeah, they do need to change for the betterment. I understand that. It's just the transition, the change in and of itself sucks. Sucks. Looking at yesterday, we watched the new Venom. Good choice. By the way, ending of that movie, I'm still not okay. After watching that, I'm still not okay. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying about it. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. I'm just saying the end of the new Venom, I am not okay. I'm still recovering. It's going to be a while. That's all. God damn it. Alright, that's enough sad bullshit. Moving on. All of the feels! Can't go doing that to a guy. What Disney has done with it, that's a pretty broad statement. Honestly. There are some parts of it I'm okay with. There are other parts of it that I'm not as okay with it. You're building a train model. How dare you walk into a room with a handful of autistics and say that you're building a train model? How dare you? That should be criminal. You're not allowed to just say that. That's not cool. Actually, it is cool. I want pictures. It also explained why I had such a hissy fit when my grandfather gave away the train set. Or rather, after my grandfather died, the train set that he had was given to, like, my other cousins. I had a fucking tantrum about that. And that was only, like, 12 years ago. I was not okay with that. However, speaking of the Disney and Star Wars, I still have the last 2 episodes of Skeleton Crew to watch. Train model. It's getting frustrating because I want to finish building my train. Of course you do. Of course you do. That's how that works. Fuck this building. I want the end result. But yeah, I have slowly been watching Skeleton Crew. I gotta watch the last 2 episodes. And I'm fully aware that it's 100% aimed at kids, and I get that. Whatever. Okay, fine. The writing is there. Well, yeah, you can't talk about Star Wars being woke. It always was. Took everything in the original trilogy, built up and threw it out the window. I don't know about everything. Like, there are... If we get into a lot of the stuff where Filoni and Favreau are heading up, rather, they're taking a lot of that and they're reincorporating a lot of that to it. It's kind of like they're trying to do patchwork after the movies, right? And I mean, my biggest argument about the sequel of 7, 8, and 9 is if they at least had an overarching fucking arc in the sequels to follow, then they wouldn't be nowhere near as much of a gong show as they turned out to be. But instead, it's like, okay, we're going to hand one to you, and one to you, and one to you. Now, write one, but don't collaborate. Don't talk to each other at all. You know, you in the middle, let's completely fucking subvert the expectations of everything and botch a whole bunch of shit just for the sake of being edgy and trying to make lightning strike twice with the whole fucking I am your father thing. You know, we're just gonna put a giant twist in the middle. I mean, why did you guys not, at the very least, you should have had the fucking I forgot his name right now for the moment, and it's gonna kick me in the ass later, but the Holocron Keeper, you should have at least had him involved in the process of writing the overarching story. So you've got the very basics and go, okay, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is where we're going to end up. How you get there is your business, okay, go. But at least to have that established. It's like after that bullshit, I feel like now when Favreau came back in and headed up, you know, with him and Filoni and Favreau, rather, heading up like The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, things like that, they're bringing in a lot of stuff from the Clone Wars. They're reintroducing a lot of that stuff, which is amazing. I love it. Hey, joyful joyless. What's up? But the fact that they're actually like bringing this stuff in to meld it, like it's like they're doing triage to it, and they're using aspects of older stuff and bringing in pieces from the expanded lore, and they're using that as the band-aids. You know, things like Cobb Vanth, things like, you know, all of that shit. I don't necessarily have a problem with the shows. It's just the last 3 movies were not my favorite. That's what I'll say with that. But in Filoni we trust, because I mean that was George's protege. I know this song. Num num, don't mind me. Peanuts. But yes, cohesive storyline is important. And V, that's why I've gone back on the novel that I've written. I've gone back twice and completely rewritten it from the scratch, from the ground up, because I didn't feel it was cohesive. You think that TikTok is going to sell to Meta? I fucking hope not. I really fucking hope not. I heard that there were a couple of people that were eyeing it up. I hear Musk is eyeing it up. I hear that Kevin O'Leary was thinking about it. Sounds a lot better than what they did. Yeah, I've read the online ones. Well, I've read his proposed treatment. Right. And yeah, I think that would have been better. But the mouse is going to do what the mouse is going to do, right? Getting lots of ads for them. Okay, so they dumped a shitload of money into it. I think that that's something that we briefly touched on a little bit ago. But I'll tell you what. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take another little self-care break. Just for a couple of minutes. I want you guys to get some water, a snack. Go to the bathroom, stand up, have a stretch. We're just going to take a little self-care break. We'll be back in a minute. We'll touch on that a little bit more. As well as diving into my other favorite topic of, Star Wars. Because if you notice Bumper over here in the corner having a nap. Oh well. The band went through. And they fucked with the mouse's money? I'm not sure how those things are related. But okay. Anyway. Yeah.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Un momento, go get yourself some water, a snack. Take your meds, dude. Yeah, we'll be right back.
Hello there and welcome. My name is Tyler, but people know me by many names. But most know me as Spaz or Squirrel Dad. And here's a little bit about me. I'm a mental health advocate. I have autism and ADHD. I'm a giant nerd. I love space. I love Star Wars. I'm also a Mandalorian. I'm an artist. I'm an animator. I'm a musician. I'm a veteran DJ. And I love all things AI. So what can you expect here? Well, we chat about everything. We talk mental health. We chat about nerdy stuff. We talk about food. Hell, around here, off topic is the topic. All in all, we like to have fun, but we don't talk religion or politics. No. There's enough division and hatred out there already. My community is a safe space for all, no matter if you're neurodivergent or not, if you're gay, straight, or trans, no matter where you are, no matter what color you are, no matter who you love, no matter what you believe. You are all welcome in my house. Just respect everybody and don't be an asshole. So again, welcome.
Sorry, I literally just set that thing up, so I set it up on the break. So I didn't have a chance to adjust the volume on it, so apologies for that first bit. I was watching for it, I'm like, as soon as this goes, it's going to be fucking loud, so make sure you're on it. So, yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, for those of you that have never been here before, there we go. There's the basics. There's the absolute bottom line on that one. Yeah, and stuff. And shoes. I should have jumped when it started. I don't doubt it. I don't blame you. Yeah. I had a feeling that was going to happen. All good. I mean, we're doing all right. Mm-hmm. Jesus fucking Christ, Dan. I just rendered out a fucking new intro, and you went and changed your goddamn name. Fuck. You fucking pain in the cunt. Jesus. What do you mean, what? Well, I didn't know. I told you I was gonna fucking do it, you knob! Fuck's sakes. He's gonna get banned for real this time. Fuck me. Now I have to render another one out. Or, fuck you, I won't. How about that? How about that? That's gonna be my answer today. Or, fuck you, I won't. Like my brain trying to think of you reminded me of Will Sasso. Trying to remember that. Trying to remember who that is. Hey! Much obliged. Where's the papers? That's right, man. Fucking papers everywhere. Oh, boy. What a guy. Hey! Speaking of which, speaking of the papers. What a guy. Fuck, Dan. Now you gotta deal with shoes. Oh, lordy, lordy. Remind me who Will Sasso is. I know that name. It sounds familiar. Mind this punk vape princess? Sorry, what did I miss there? What about punk vape princess? I seem to have missed the boat on there. This guy on Mad TV to do impression of Jesse Ventura. Oh! Okay, well, I'm gonna have to look him up right after this. I'm apparently not making both a connection. We were talking about other usernames. No, we were talking about the fact that I told Dan that I was going to be rendering out a new intro so I could put his name on there, and he decided he was going to randomly just change his fucking username. So now that the video that I have rendered out is now out of date. It's like buying a new laptop from Alienware. By the time it gets to your house, they've already had 2 new versions created. I'm not bitter. I'm really not. I've never had an Alienware before. Oh, wait, I totally did. Or buying an Apple product of any kind. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Not me having that laptop, yeah. Not me having that laptop at the beginning of the pandemic. Yeah. Oh, well. Not me getting a replacement computer in that time. Also, not me having to do an upgrade on said computer in the near future because it's starting to show its age. Again, what are you going to do? Yeah, I had the, what did I have? The Alienware 17? 17 or 18? Something like that? I don't know. One of those. Cursing a big deal. Word fuck's part of my natural language and so versatile, isn't it? I legitimately don't care about... Chaos explained it to me. I legitimately don't care about profanity. It does not bother me in any way whatsoever. It is part of the language that we've all agreed upon, right? Like, my 12-year-old daughter drops F-bombs like crazy when she's playing a game. And I don't care. It doesn't matter. She's going to learn it somewhere. It's better that she learn it here from me and to use it in proper context, right? Like, my daughter's favorite curse is "God damn it." When she's playing a game, Shoes has seen it. It's pretty funny. But I mean, what are you gonna? Are you gonna limit an autistic on their vocabulary? Come on. It's not gonna help them in any way, right? Profanity is the absolute least of the concerns that I think a lot of us can have in the world. And again, preacher, going back to the George Carlin thing, maybe it was because I was raised on a lot of Carlin, right? The seven deadly words, the 7 words you can't say on TV. Who cares? They're words. That's it. They're words. There are a couple of words that we won't use around here for obvious reasons, but yeah, for the greater part, I'm not concerned about people dropping F-bombs in chat. Twit and sister, to get home, we'll be heading home. Yay! As it's time and place, better to learn how to use it and just insert fucking everything randomly. It's true. The custom-built PC that my new fiance built me. What's new, the fiance, the PC, or both? You see what I did there? We're in 72, remember, Carlin, you know, when it was a new bit. 76 over here. Both. Nice. Yeah, there are far worse things for me to have to worry about than somebody saying a dirty potty word. My concerns lie more heavily in the protection of the vulnerable in my community. I'm more concerned about that than I am about somebody saying, "Oh, poopy." I'm British for myself. With the love that is one of your main concerns. It's not you having it that concerns me. It's your aim. Oh yeah, there are far uglier things in the world. Turn on the news, right? Turn on the propaganda box. You'll see lots of it. My kids are both teens, but not to swear at people. That's the rule around here. We live by the same rule, right? Not at people. You can use it to describe. You can use. Love that. You know, Shoes just showing up when timeouts are getting handed out. But yeah, my daughter's not allowed to swear at people. Do you assign the characters at the bottom, or is it automatic? Do I assign the characters? like as in the avatars themselves, they are automatically assigned. You can go and change them to whatever you want down in the stream avatars box. Stream avatar box. Do it on the backs of the stream avatars. Wow. But yeah, it's the little purple pinky box down underneath. Who did that? Dan or Shoes? I'll never tell. I'm just gonna sit here and watch, that's all. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy the chaos. And yeah, profanity is all about context. I agree with that. Right under the bus. I'm pretty sure the bus would have something to say about that. Just a feeling I got. This is a pure delight. Well, I mean, come on. Gotta have a little fun around here. You know, because the entire world's on fire. All 4 tears just got me. Shitty. I lost my train of thought there because I was laughing at Dan. That's okay, it wasn't important anyway. Oh well. Coming back for a double tap. Again, what you and the wife do at home, not my business. So you have autism. Yes, I do. I won't even pretend to know what it's like. In all honesty, like, okay, so when let's give you a little history lesson here, preacher. About me, my history. Not the history of autism. Fuck, we only have so much time in a day. But, yeah, long story short is when the pandemic hit, a friend of mine was fucking around on TikTok and told me, hey, you should check this out. You know, and I had kind of been a bit of a creator and artist, musician before that. So, like, I was bored, like so many other people, and decided I was going to jump on and, hey, I figured it's another place to make stupid, goofy-ass videos and just as a creative outlet, whatever. I had been diagnosed with ADHD from the time I was about 7 years old. I had no idea what that meant. That meant, like, I grew up thinking that I was just lazy and, you know, I was forgetful and sometimes energetic and, you know, all of that standard stereotype trope bullshit, right? I had no idea what the actual implications of it were. So, thanks to said TikTok platform, I actually ended up finding out from a bunch of creators, doing a deep dive into the diagnostic criteria of it, and I ended up becoming an advocate for mental health, right? Ended up becoming an ADHD advocate. My first original name there was ADHD Everything. Because why? Because it affects everything in my life, right? Like, you can see it in the hobbies that I do. Hobby hopping, anyone? Like, the vast majority, I'm willing to bet that just about every person in the chat has ADHD or autism or some kind of associated mental disorder, right? Like that. I actually did not get diagnosed autistic until, shoot, how long ago was it? 2 years now? We're coming up on my second year, I think. Is it second or third? Throwing papers. Sorry. We're coming up on 3 years now. Okay. Why you gotta call us out like this? Who's gonna tell her? Who's gonna tell her? Somebody tell her. But yeah, I actually wasn't diagnosed autistic until coming up on 3 years back. And it was because my daughter got diagnosed autistic. Now, I had some suspicion of it because of the amount of, I don't want to use the word overlap because that's not accurate, but if you think of a Venn diagram, a lot of it is very much overlapped, as it were. A lot of very similar traits, right? So, once we got my daughter diagnosed, I kind of went, I asked my therapist, who is also a diagnostician, And I'm like, so I'm kind of thinking I might be. And she said, dude, I had you pegged as autistic within the first 15 minutes you walked in here. And so I got my diagnosis from her. And then from there, it has been 3 years of looking back over my life and realizing how much of it makes sense in the way that I reacted to situations, the way that I am, the way that I was in relationships, why I ended up in some of the careers that I did, why a lot of the things that I do. Yeah, I'm another case of a late diagnosed autistic. Yeah. And the thing is, there are a lot of us out there, right? A lot of us that are out there, as just putting it together and realizing that, holy fuck, there's a way that I'm like this, right? This is the one thing that I can say that the pandemic did have a positive effect on, was so many people, they were, locked down in their house with nobody except themselves and their brains, and realized that, holy shit, I'm not firing on all cylinders properly. And understanding that this is normal for you, right? But yeah, the thing is, autism is nor ADHD, they're not monoliths, because with them being spectrums, everybody can present differently, right? So like the worst thing in the world somebody can say to me is, well, you don't look autistic. Well, what does autism look like? You don't seem like it. How? Get to know me, believe me, I do. Getting home, I'm gonna jump. All right, bud. Diagnosed when I was 6, had to redo it again months later. I'm late, but I made it. Thanks for notifying me, Twitch. I appreciate you. There you go. Sorry, just catch it up. But here I understand in Australia, social media, TikTok get banned in the USA. Please don't think I'm stupid. Don't worry about it. TikTok was was banned for 11 hours. But that's a conversation we touched on already. So it is back. It was like somebody knocked over a cup of coffee into one of the servers for a little bit. Is it true eating a candy cane makes your breath fresh? I would assume so. I will. I got diagnosed in kindergarten with dyslexia. Fast forward to when I was 22. For college, redid ADHD. ADHD, the 4. AUTISM and OCD. So do you find it difficult now that you know, or is it manageable? It's both, honestly. There are some aspects of it that it makes sense in the way that I do things. Like, I have always been very stringent on routines, right? Like, if somebody fucks with my routine, I get really angry about it, right? And now I understand why that is. Because as an autistic, I thrive on structure, routines, things like that. The problem is having the ADHD side jump in there and take all the papers and go, could be fun. And it's not. That part, not so much. But is it manageable? Yeah, there are ways that there are things that I've done to incorporate to help myself and my daughter that make it more manageable for me. But yeah, it is still very difficult, some parts of it. Because, well, for example, I learned that for 46 years. I was 45 when I got diagnosed. So for 45 years, I was masking so heavily that even I didn't know that it was there, right? Like, when I was 17 actually, I started working in bars, and I thought being an adult meant that all you do is, like, drink and fuck, essentially. That was it. That's what I thought adulthood was. Because also growing up in a household where my mother was a very heavy drinker, right? So I saw that at home. I thought this was normal life. By the time I got into being an adult, I'm working in bars, living at the bottom of a bottle. I'm banging anything that moved because I thought this was normal adult life. I thought this was, this is how I was socialized. Lo and behold, hey, I guess it's not. Who knew? Well, my first marriage suffered for that, can we say? Speaking of TikToks, I feel different than anyone else. Am I crazy? Me and the kiddos say it seems different. I have not spent a whole lot of time on it today. I think I was on it for half an hour when I got up before I started prepping. Not all problems are the outside. Depression and occasional anxiety. And you know what? That's 100% on par with what I'm talking about, right? These are the unseen illnesses that, how does it feel when somebody walks up to you and says, well, you don't look like you have depression? What the fuck does that even mean? That means nothing, right? That's because I'm acting like I don't, right? I'm hiding it. I'm masking it because I have to be a functional member of society, right? So yeah, it's very different on the inside when you're sitting there and smiling away, and on the inside you're thinking the darkest, worst shit imaginable. Yeah, I get it. And most of us do, because depression and anxiety are things that they go hand in hand with ADHD and autism, right? Because they are fucking depressing. And especially the way that many of us get treated in the world. Infantilized, treated like we're children. Right? On the downside, there are some things that we cannot do effectively, or some of us anyway. I myself, I question that if my marriage fell apart tomorrow, would I be able to live on my own? And it bothers me a lot to come back with an answer of, I don't think so. Because I don't think I would be able to manage all of the little things day to day that so many people just assume can be done by everyone, that everyone takes for granted, right? Managing your bills. Something I have a hell of a time doing, right? I can't keep track of. I can set all the fucking reminders in the world, but trying to make sure that everything gets paid on time, trying to make sure that I could, and bear in mind, I've also got a pretty heavy physical disability as well. We just don't know what it is yet. But like having to make sure that you have enough food in your fridge to feed yourself for the next week, right? Just shake it off and cheer up mindset. Isn't it great to be surrounded by people that are ableist? I love it. I love it. It's a great time. Yeah, just shake it off. Just smile. Chin up. Right? Maybe, and this might start a war in your house. But I mean, how would it go over if you told her, or if you asked her, imagine if I walked up to you when you're having a bad day and just said, hey, let's see that pretty smile, and it'll all go away, right? It's the same thing, unfortunately, right? Same mentality. It doesn't help at all, right? Just smile, you'll be fine. No, it doesn't quite work like that. Damn near impossible to survive on your own, without, let alone with extra squirrels. No shit, eh? Say that and see where your teeth go. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, just walk it off. I'm taking a stupid walk for my stupid mental health. Peanuts. But yeah, it's still very difficult. For me, it's more difficult internally because a lot of it is regret at not. Okay, let me try and explain this in a simplistic way. When somebody gets a diagnosis of, say, ADHD or autism, helps a bit. And you know what? That works for a lot of people. I can't stand the smell of it because I grew up in a house where my mom smoked a lot of weed, and the smell bothers the shit out of me. I have taken some THC gummies sometimes. They help a bit, but I digress. But a lot of people I find that when they're explaining when they get a later life diagnosis of something like ADHD, autism, stuff like that, there's a mourning period that you go through. Like a legitimate mourning period. Almost like you are mourning for the person that you were and mourning for the person that you could have become. Let me explain that. If I had been diagnosed as an autistic by the time I was 15, 20, 25, where would my life be now, knowing it, being able to handle it better, learning a lot of better coping methods, coping mechanisms, life skills that way, rather than finding out when I was 45. In that 20-year span, how much different do you think my life could have been, right? So there's this mourning period that a lot of people will go through because they didn't know, they never knew, right? And they had to like essentially wing it and bullshit and stumble through life. Like I said, I call myself the level 500 masker because I hid it so well that I hid it from myself. I had no idea it was even there. But the fact that I could be in, I could chameleon to pretty much any environment, right? And I've had a lot of friends that have complimented me over the years about, oh, well, we'll just bring you along because you'll fit in with these people, or you'll fit in with this, once they get past the initial hurdle, which, disclaimer, remind me of the disclaimer in a couple of minutes and I'll come back to it. But that's because I was fucking hiding all of this, right? Like so many other of us do. Did that sentence make sense? Anyway, like so many other people who are masking autistics, ADHD, basically you're dumbing down your traits so that you're not expressing them, you're not giving yourself away, right? You're not showing your hand, so that you can fit in. Bit of a social comedian too. Yeah, right? Like, so you kind of get that. I describe it as, think of, by the way, hi Raven, I see you on both platforms there. I call it customer service voice dialed up to 15. Right? Because everybody's got a customer service voice. Of course they do. Now apply that to everyday life, 24/7, when you're out in public, and amp that shit right up. So disclaimer, my wife, for our entire relationship of, we're pushing, 23 years this year. My wife has always had a disclaimer for any time that she introduces me to new people. Which was always, he always comes off as a bit of an asshole, but don't worry, you'll warm up to him, he'll be fine, right? She always told people stuff like that. He comes off as a bit of a know-it-all, as a bit of an asshole. Nah, bitch, it's the TISM. That's what it was. The entire fucking time. The whole time. The whole time? Yeah, it was. Right? So that's why my wife had this disclaimer for anybody that I was introduced to for the first time. Now it's a lot simpler. Don't mind him, he's autistic. Nah, bitch, needs to be a sticker. Can somebody, V, can you send me a DM of that, please? I'll put it in the merch shop. I'll fucking do it. You be careful what you say around here, Joy. It'll happen. Believe me, we made sillier merch for less. Anybody happen to remember the Great Depression frog? It's a true story. Hey, speaking of, we've got adorable little chaos stickers, I'm just saying, in the merch shop. I've ordered stickers that before more than once, yeah. Right? Yeah, please, throw me a DM, remind me of that, I'll fucking do it. And for those of you that don't believe me, true story. Brain's hurting, so I'm gonna lurk. No worries about that sticker. About the nah, bitch. Nah, bitch, it's autism. Be in awe of my chism. I approve. Anyway, Preacher, I hope you enjoyed my story time there. But yeah, if you got any more questions about it or anything, ask away. Like, anybody in this community will be happy to share their experience and anything that they know about, you know, any of this. Take my money. Used to drink a lot, however, I've been drinking alcohol since 2001. Looking back, I was probably using it to cope. Again, I can relate to that, right? That was something that I used as well. And actually, people, this is more specifically pointed towards ADHD people, is that we have a much higher rate of addiction than just about anybody else, right? Because a lot of that, you're coping and you're getting that dopamine and all of that, right? So, you know, there are much higher numbers of cases of addiction with ADHD people. Do you know what take a guess. What do you think the highest item for addiction is for people with ADHD? Take a guess. I know a lot of you know this. Look at me acting like a teacher over here. I'm his cousin. Crack. Hobbies. Crack, hobbies, and alcohol. No, no, and no. Caffeine. Caffeine and nicotine are the two highest. Caffeine by a long shot is the highest addiction for ADHD people. Because I call it it's my hobby. I can stop. Yeah, sure you can. I won't. Fuck that. But because coffee is a stimulant, right? In the same way that things like Vyvanse, Adderall, medications are stimulants. What they do is they help spike the dopamine a bit in the brain, right? Tried ODing on weed. So did my mother. Yeah, it doesn't work so much. DM it to me, V. I mean, just hitting my vape hard. You called me out. Again, welcome to Call Out Central. That's what I do. Hello. But I call it the quick and dirty stimulant, or the quick and dirty supplement, right? So for anybody who does take meds and they run out, well, a great way for them to kind of have a quick and dirty little hit is a coffee, right? Make sure it's not decaf. But it kind of gives you that same thing. And same with nicotine, right? It gives you that little dopamine spike, right? Which helps to calm the mind a little bit. You have pots, but no coffee. So no pots of coffee. Running my life on caffeine, nicotine, and spite. I mean, of course. Because why wouldn't you? Go through withdrawals about it. Many of us do. But again, that's my point, right? That's our highest addiction. Right there is caffeine. Hands down. Hands down. The other things, yes, they also are heavily represented, I guess is the word I'm going to go with. And nicotine. Because, of course, why not? Yeah, I know, it's not my normal mod. It's a disposable for now, but the flavor is great. My other mod, I need coils for it. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, that's kind of how our fun little brains work. It's interesting. That's for damn sure. Yeah, goddamn coils, yeah. Drink about 4 Monster Javas a day plus coffee intermittently. If you can slime a monster and then have a nap, You might be a squirrel. I'm just saying. For glass on my tank, so I'm using an Eco Nano. Ooh. I'm pretty sure that's the one that my wife just gave up. It was one of those things. Yeah, we came across these here at the vape shop. She wanted to, because she's not happy with hers, and I'm out of coils, so she just grabbed these, and I'm like, I started with this one here, but now it's at 0% for flavor, so now it's out, and now I'm sad, but that's okay, because I got a berry one. Yay, berry. And yeah, I would cry if I broke the glass on my tank, too. I get it.
It lasts a couple days on 0, FYI.
What's that, babe?
It lasts a couple days on 0, FYI.
Oh, does it?
Yep.
Excellent. So look at that. My wife coming in teaching me things. Love the Lux Pro. I can do this. I can't do this while they make me. Yeah. Hi, wifey. And stream says hi. She's like, yeah, whatever. Oh, my wife brought me my book. Oh, yeah. So my wife printed out the first half of my book for me. Again, if you want to read that, throw me a DM and I'll fire you a copy. You can give me some constructive criticism. How long have you been married? Been about 25 years for me. We will be together for 20. Oh shit. We'll be together 24 years next month. We'll be married 19 years this May. No. Yeah, 19 years. Wow. Wow. Working on a monster right now? I would love a monster. Oh, fuck me, you're right. Look at that. Numb. Yummy. What are you oh shitting? What did I oh shit that you're referencing? Starting to see an effect. It doesn't become more obvious. Not sure what I think about that. It happens. It can happen, right? And here's a fun little preacher. You might get a kick out of this. So, for those of us who've been together for oh shit, it's because I had to do math. I'm only about 2 years older than your relationship. Yeah, that happens. Where was I going with this? It was Gothic. There we go. R70 on YouTube. Dig Preacher there too. Yeah, I think I got the notification there for that as well. Appreciate that. Welcome aboard. Oh, okay. What I was going to say. For those of us that have the wonderful spicy AUTISM brain, what's really fucked up is that for a late diagnosed, once you find out that you are, your brain goes through a period of regression, and you start to act more autistic. Now, there's a reason behind that, so I've learned. And that is because basically what your brain is doing is it's rerouting paths in your brain. Think of it like a roadmap. Okay, you're looking at your town, your city's roadmap. If this subdivision is having construction happen on it, then you have to take detours to get to the same destination. Your brain is basically doing the same thing. It, in a way that, and don't quote me on this because this might not be 100% on par, but this is how I had it explained to me. In that same way, right? It's kind of like incorporating this new information by rerouting paths. Now, the downside of that is you can go through a skill regression, right? So like skills that you've learned, all of a sudden you can't fucking do because they were in that subdivision that you have to route around. I thought it was very interesting, very terrifying, potentially, And just amazing to think of, like, this is how the human brain works. Flavin's getting to the point. I'm making wing on my neck. Your doctor looked at me and said, it looks like that hurt, and it begins hurting because you're now consciously aware of it. Yeah, in that same regard, it's very interesting. It's very interesting, and it's also a pain in the ass. My wife hates it, because yeah, there are things that I have regressed on, and it's a process that can take years to recover from, if at all, right? Depending on how the brain reroutes things. It's very, very strange, but yeah, turns out that's a thing, right? I had no idea about it, and some of the mutuals, like, I ended up becoming mutual friends with a lot of, like, actual doctors and therapists and psychologists and whatnot, in my time when I was on social media, like TikTok and stuff like that. And yeah, this is all shit that I learned from them. For me, periodically, the patience to form some skills I've learned. So, okay, so maybe you lost patience? Perhaps? I don't know. Remember us DMing about it too? I may have to go back and take a look. I feel like a fucking noob all over again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and recap some of those. Become near zero. I mean, that's fair. I kind of feel like I can relate to that in some aspects. Do you stream on a schedule or just when on mood strikes? Okay, so typically, my schedule would be, what time zone are you in, Preacher? Typically, it would be Sundays at 2:30 p.m., 2:30-ish, Mountain. Wednesdays and every other Friday. You're Central, okay, so you're only an hour off me. I'm Mountain. Okay, so Sundays, 2:30-ish Mountain Time. Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Mountain. Now, okay, this is where it's gonna kind of be up in the air, because I did the change from 2:30 in the afternoon, rolled it back to 11 a.m. because my daughter had changed schools for a curriculum that she was taking, so I had to change it back to 11 a.m. Well, now she's transitioning back to her other school, so it's like, I probably am gonna keep it at 11. I'm gonna try to. Anyway, currently, for the moment, at this time, Sunday, 2:30 p.m. Mountain. Wednesday, 11 a.m. Mountain. Every other Friday, because I work every other Friday, at 11 a.m. Mountain, if you hadn't guessed. This Friday, I will be streaming. Last Friday, I was not. Now, that being said, this Wednesday, I am not going to be streaming because I have to transition. I have to drive my kid back and forth from the schools. So, like I had to last week, I couldn't stream last Wednesday because I have to drive back and forth the city. So it kind of overrides it. But yeah, I do have a schedule. It's just right now it's kind of like in fucking Wonkerville. Sort of. Kind of. And I see that we're on ad break time here. Almost. So, you know what? I'm just going to snooze that because we're getting on that time. What do you do for a living? You're looking at it. I also, I help out I'm contracted to a company, to a media house, not far from here. I help them out with doing little media engines. So I help them program those. Other than that, yeah, you're looking at it. And musician and artist and streamer and now author. We're going to add that back to the resume again, I guess. So yeah, not a whole lot. Unfortunately, I'm on disability, so what do? Leech off the government, I guess. That's a very sad way of looking at it, but... Num num num. Sorry, I wanted a mouthful of peanuts. No and no. What do you mean no and no? Sunday, Sunday, monster trucks and pretty ponies. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Come and join us for the monster truck rally of pretty ponies. You don't leech, sir. You have earned your... I know, Jamie. I know. I was just being that guy for a minute. Trust me, I'm well aware. You do it like a lot. My roaches have to go to eat. So poor that when you bring home takeout, the roaches are like, yeah, you know what? We have to worry about ourselves. Fuck off. Bright and early for the flamingo races. Oh, okay, sorry, that took us that gothic. You do a lot, like a lot. Okay, yes, artistically, yeah, I have a lot on my plate, yeah. Like, how many albums and, you know, how much music I've got going and how much art stuff and video stuff. And yeah, no, I get it, yeah. Jerk off the dog, feed the cat, yep. So the phone, kid needs bathroom 1 minute. That's alright, we're actually going to jump on out of here because it's getting to that time where I didn't get a chance to fill the dishwasher before I had to stream because Jason wasn't done emptying it. But, so I have to go and do that. Did you say it's done? Or my wife can do it and help me out, I guess. I was going to do it when I was done streaming, babe. Sorry. Anywho. Sorry? It means I have to cook supper. Fuck my life. Well, there you go. Now I guess that means I have to go and do dinner prep because it's now 5:30. So, yeah, it's going to be that time where we're going to get out of here. Let me see. Is there anybody that's fun on right now or no? I mean, they're doing Warhammer. Yeah. Like on a queen. Oh, you don't know the half of it. Oh, hey, thanks. Appreciate that. Thanks for the welcome, sir. I'll definitely be back. Well, I hope to see you here. Like I said, you know my schedule. I will, if that does change, I'm going to try and update the graphics, but it should be on, the header on YouTube. Should be on the header here as well. But yeah, hope to see you here soon, as well as the rest of you. I catch you. And I'll learn to speak English while I'm at it too. I'll catch you guys in the Discord. I will not be here on Wednesday. I will be here on Friday. We will see you then. So until then, drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself. Have a great rest of your week. I'll see you guys back here on Friday. Ciao for now.